Hello guys, welcome to the Quarantine Home Cook. Vegan food is on the rise. More and more restaurants are offering vegan options on their menu. Last year, before the year 2020 ended, Burger King came out with a plant-based burger, and then a vegan lechon trended in social media. Just recently also, Starbucks joined the trend and added plant-based options on their menu. In fact, a couple of days ago, I had their vegan lasagna, which is so good. So for this vlog, I'm going to create my own vegan lasagna. Let's go! So I want to talk to you about the lasagna that we are going to make today. I did a lot of research here because one, I am not a vegan. Second, I've not made a vegan lasagna before, but I've had vegan lasagna many times. My favorite is the TWG version. So I'm relying solely on my food memory here. So our vegan lasagna will have 3 layers. The first layer will be the eggless pasta, and then the vegan ragu, and then vegan ricotta. So, susunod-sunod rin lang natin yung layers. You guys are excited? Let's go! First, let's go ahead and make our ricotta cheese. So what do we need? First, we need half a cup of cashew nuts, 4 cloves of garlic. This is vegan Parmesan cheese. We need basil, salt and pepper. We also have tofu. This is 300 grams tofu and 1.5 tablespoon ng lemon juice. Let's go ahead and start. Alright, so let's start with our ricotta. This is a food processor. You can also use a blender here. Alright guys, so the first thing that we need to add is the 300 grams of tofu, followed by 1.5 tablespoon of lemon juice, and the cashew nuts. This is unsalted. And then the basil. Arrange lang natin siya dito. Ingatan nyo siya kasi baka mag-overspill. Ayaw natin mag-overspill yung ating food processor. And then next to that is 4 cloves of garlic. And then pepper. Season it with pepper. I'm not gonna add salt yet because Parmesan is salty. Now we are going to pulse it. Alright, now we are going to add the vegan Parmesan. I bought this one at Healthy Options. That's half a cup of vegan Parmesan. Now we are going to make sure na evenly distributed yung flavor dito sa ating tofu ricotta. We're going to mix it. And pulse it again. So at this stage, it's ready na. This is the consistency that we are looking for. We are going to put this inside the fridge while we're making our vegan ragu. Let's go. So let's go over our ingredients for our ragu. So we have brown mushrooms. We have 6 pieces brown mushrooms, 3 cloves of garlic, half onion, 4 sticks of celery, small sticks. We have bell pepper, small. We have eggplant. We have mashed tomatoes. We have tomato paste. And alright, let's now prepare the ingredients for our vegan ragu. First, we have 4 cloves of garlic. We are going to cut this horizontally and then mince it. Set it aside. And then we have half of an onion here. We are going to cut this horizontally and then dice it. Next, we have bell pepper. We are going to mince this one. We also have brown mushroom. Cut it horizontally and then cut it into cubes. Set it aside. We also have celery. We are just going to mince this one. And last but not the least, we have an eggplant. We are going to cut it horizontally and cut it into cubes. Here we have our oven preheated at 190 degrees, and there we have a boiling water for our pasta. On a medium pan, add olive oil. This is where we're going to cook our vegan ragu. I'm going to add the mushroom first because it will absorb the oil. Notice that eventually it will shrink. And then I'm going to add olive oil again and add the garlic and onion. I'm going to mix it here to make sure that the flavors are evenly distributed. Next, I'm going to add the celery and the bell pepper. You can season it with salt and pepper at this stage to make sure that the flavors are evenly distributed. And then I'm going to add the eggplant. Notice that the eggplant and the mushroom will eventually shrink. At this stage, I recommend to season it with salt and pepper and stir it to make sure that the flavors are distributed evenly. Next, we're going to add the mashed tomatoes. This is 500 grams of mashed tomatoes. And then we're going to add a tomato paste. This will make our vegan ragu thicker. And then, of course, our tomato sauce. I'm going to add half of this bottle, probably around 300 grams of tomato sauce. Now at this stage, control your temperature. We wouldn't want to burn our vegan ragu. Alright, we are going to season this with herbs. I've added rosemary, thyme, and oregano here. If you have laurel leaves, you can add laurel leaves onto your vegan ragu. Also season it with salt and pepper. I'm just adding more seasoning here, herbs, oregano, thyme, and rosemary to balance it out. And make sure also that our vegan ragu is flavorful because we don't have meats here. I'm just adding more herbs here. Alright, at this stage, I'm pretty satisfied with the flavor of my vegan ragu, so I'm going to set this one aside. Just stir it and then set it aside. Now we are ready to cook our pasta. This is the boiling water. I've added olive oil here and salt. This is the brand that I'm using, the pasta lasagna that I'm using. Notice that it has no egg because we're going to stick to our theme, which is vegan. I'm adding 8 sheets of vegan lasagna here. I'd probably be needing 6 or 7 sheets, but I'm adding 8 just in case. So I have a backup in case I need more. Make sure to stir it occasionally. I cook this for 3 to 4 minutes because we are going to continue cooking it anyway in the oven. Do not throw your pasta water because you can add it on to your vegan lasagna if you want to have more moist
in your vegan lasagna. Alright, we will set this aside. Next, we're going to assemble our lasagna. We are adding tomato sauce at the bottom of the bakeware. And make sure that it's evenly distributed. I'm just trying to distribute this evenly. Now this is a small bakeware, probably 9x7 bakeware. So I'm going to trim my pasta sheets to fit into the bakeware. Next, I'm going to add the vegan ragu. I just want to make sure that the vegetables are evenly distributed as well, because again, we don't have a meat. Next, I'm going to add the ricotta or tofu ricotta. Make sure that it's evenly distributed as well. Until the baked dish is filled. I like to do a pasta, vegan ragu, and ricotta. I also want to make sure that the top layer is the tofu ricotta here. I'm trying to trim it to make sure it fits the bakeware. Now, if you have a leftover vegan ragu, you can set it aside and use it some other day for other pastas. You can probably make a bolognese out of the leftover vegan ragu. I'm just trying to spread the tofu ricotta here evenly. If you can still remember, one of the ingredients in making this tofu ricotta is the vegan parmesan. I bought that one at Healthy Options. And then lastly, we are going to top this off with cherry tomatoes because I got this from TWG Vegan Lasagna. They have cherry tomatoes on top, so I'm just going to add it. And then I'm going to cover it with foil. I will trim this foil to make sure it fits the bakeware. Again, we're using a 9x7 maybe, 9x7 or 9x6. I'm not really sure about it, but I think it's 9x7. Now we're going to bake this for 30 minutes. We're going to bake it for 25 minutes, remove the foil, and then continue baking it for 5 minutes.
So here it is, our vegan lasagna. Anyway, so let's go ahead and try this. Visually, it doesn't look as appetizing as their normal lasagna, pero bigyan natin siya ng chance, okay? Okay, if there's anything that I would like to improve here, siguro, the cherry tomatoes, I should have added oil. Dapat kinote ko siya ng oil before I added it on top of my lasagna. Second, yung portion ng vegan ragu, dapat kinontrol ko. Medyo like siya na konti, dapat ninipisan ko lang. What I like about this lasagna though is it's super light. Doesn't feel heavy, doesn't feel oily sa mouth. And the best thing about this lasagna, vegan lasagna, is the ricotta. I think it's on point. At first I was doubtful kung mag-work ba yung tofu and cashew nuts, but it worked really well. So that's it for today. If you're a vegan, I would love to hear your thoughts about this. feedback, be it positive or negative, please let me know in the comments down below. If you're going to try this recipe, please let me know comment section. I'm glad to hear it, be it positive or negative. Okay? That's it for today. Thank you so much for making a vegan lasagna with me. I hope I did well on my very first vegan dish. Until next time, see you guys. Adios.